your feet and through your body. Close your eyes or keep a soft gaze. Focus on your breathing. According to Thich Nhat Hanh, breathing in, I smile. Breathing out, I let go. I let go of my projects, of my worries about the future, or my regrets concerning the past, because the present moment is so wonderful, and I am capable of touching the wonders of life in the present moment. Breathing in, I smile. Breathing out, I let go. Breathing in, I smile. Breathing out, I let go. Breathing in and enjoy it. Breathing out and enjoy it. And be at one with your in-breath. Be at one with your out-breath. Become fully alive, fully present in the here and now. That is nothing less than a miracle that you can produce at any time in your daily life. In, out, deep, calm, easy. Smile, release, present moment. Breathing in, smile. And this smile has the capacity of releasing all the tensions that are left on your face, on your body. This is the smile of victory. This is the smile of love and kindness directed to your own body, to your own feelings. Breathing in, I know that I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I am breathing out. Breathing in, I notice my in-breath has become deeper. Breathing out, I notice that my out-breath has become slower. Breathing in, I calm myself. Breathing out, I feel at ease. Breathing in, I smile. Breathing out, I release. Breathing in, I dwell in the present moment. Breathing out, I feel it is a wonderful moment. And as you begin to open your eyes and return to the room, remember to enjoy your breathing, your smiling, your shining the light of mindfulness on everything that you do. Namaste.
are together and feel alright. One love, one heart. Well, we are together and feel alright. Saying that we are together and feel alright. Well, I recognize there is only one power, and I unify with all there is. Put my word to the law, I give thanks and praises, and I release and I let go. And so it is. Y'all sound so good today. One love, one heart. Well, we are together and feel alright. One love and one heart. Well, we are together and feel alright. We're gonna sing all that again. One love, one heart. Well, we are together and feel alright. One love, one heart. Well, we are together and feel alright. I'm saying that we are together and feel alright. And we are together and we feel
How's everyone doing? Can you hear me okay?
Can
There
I
we
just
go.
say real quick that the CSL Prescott Tabernacle Choir sounds amazing
I
this
know,
morning.
right? Y'all
guys
are
are-
amazing.
Turned up to 10 today.
Y'all are amazing. And you should be very happy that my mic is turned off while we're singing, because I just, God says make a joyful noise, not a evenly keeled note for me. Good morning and welcome to Prescott CSL. We're so happy that you're here today. And I see a lot of faces back from last Sunday. I know there were a lot of events going on in town last Sunday. But those of you, welcome from online and sitting at home, eating there. Ice cream, cereal. If you're like me, I had a little mini Butterfinger bar because I couldn't resist this morning. But we're so happy that you tuned in. You could be anywhere doing anything, and so you chose to be here so that you could deepen your awareness and your consciousness, and we are so grateful that you did that. We also have practitioners. Practitioners study a long time to be able to tune into that one mind, that one power, and know that truth for you. So after service, if you feel so called to have a prayer, they will be up here to do a short affirmative prayer treatment, as Jackson said, the 5 steps, and we'll send you on your way. So it doesn't have to be something you're working on. You could just maybe want a joyful week, and it's good to solidify that with someone and affirm your good. So we, again, welcome. We're so happy you are here. And please read with me the beautiful affirmation. I am a divine being. My nature is clarity, calmness, harmony, and love. I accept everyone for who they are, and my body is healthy and whole. Again, my name is Reverend Tracy, and we really appreciate you. Thank you.
And so let us go into prayer. For what I know is that there is the one who is known by so many different names throughout this world, be it God, Spirit, or whatever anyone chooses to call it. It is the power of love. And that power for love is here with us today, all around us, and through us and as us. And I know that this service is blessed, and this congregation will leave today with new knowledge and with joy. I know this to be so true, and so it is with great love and joy that I release my word unto the law of the one, knowing that as I do, it is so, and so it is.
Speak so many languages, different clothing, different colors, and different names. But different is only dangerous when we forget that in the heart we're all the same. And we'll remember once we close our eyes to see that such differences were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul, it's your sign, it's the universe, it's music, Father Earth, Father Time, but whatever
Today's reading is from the September 2023 Science of Mind magazine. Dr. Martin Luther King said, "At the heart of all that civilization has meant and developed is community, the mutually cooperative and voluntary venture of man to assume a semblance of responsibility for his or her brother. Join with the earth and each other," he said, "to bring new life to the land, to restore the waters, to refresh the air, to renew the forests, to care for the plants, to protect the creatures, to celebrate the seas and rejoice in the sunlight, to sing the song of the stars, to recall our destiny, to renew our spirits, to reinvigorate our bodies, to recreate the human community, to promote justice and peace, to love our children and love one another, to join together as many and diverse expressions of one loving mystery for the healing of the earth and the renewal of all life. These are indeed the next logical steps." And if the candlelighters could come up. The Center for Spiritual Living Prescott, guided by the science of mind, acknowledges diverse faiths and spiritual traditions that enrich our world. Each belief system offers a distinct understanding of the mysteries of existence and a unique connection with the divine. Lighting these candles symbolizes our collective reverence for the diverse paths humans take in search of meaning and purpose. In this shared moment, we affirm and celebrate the multiplicity of the human experience. We light a candle for Christianity based on the teachings of Jesus the Christ, who taught the path of love, forgiveness, and healing by the presence within. For Islam and its teaching and belief in the one and only God, creator of the heaven and the earth. For Judaism, a community of shared laws, traditions, and family ties, which began with the covenant between Abraham and God. For Buddhism, the middle path of non-attachment that ends suffering. For Hinduism, the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. For the traditions of the indigenous people everywhere and their close and sacred connection to the earth, sky, and waters. For Baha'i, the path of unity and peace. For the goddess traditions, celebrating the power and wisdom of the feminine energies, including nature and nurture. And for the science of mind, a philosophy of life that teaches there is a power for good in the universe, and we can use it. And our affirmation. Cool. Now for our affirmation. I am here for God. My purpose is to express the nature of God as love, abundance, and joy in everything I do. The good I seek for myself is what I desire for all people everywhere. And so it is.
So like I said, I got gifted the solo spot yesterday afternoon. And so I get to play a couple songs that I really like. This is an Eddie Watkins song that I've done here before, but I could hear this one pretty much every day, so I'm just going to assume you feel the same way. It's called Today I Walk Away. Every morning the light keeps getting brighter as I wake up to the truth. And every day I'm feeling so much lighter, and the world feels fresh and new. Oh, what I was taught and the way that I thought stopped serving me long ago. And now I'm learning to trust in the God of all of us. Each day I start anew, and so I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led to such confusion. Today's the day I walk away. Every day I walk away. Well, every morning brings a new beginning. By grace, another day to be. And I awaken with the sun upon me shining, lighting the way for me to see. Oh, what I sought and the way that I thought stopped serving me long ago. And now I'm learning to trust in the God of all of us. Of yesterday and letting go. I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led to such confusion. Today is the day I walk away. Well, I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led to such confusion. Today is the day I walk away. Today is the day I walk away. Today is the day I walk away. Every day I walk away. Like I said, that's a tearjerker, and that's an Eddie Watkins song. And if you aren't familiar with Eddie Watkins, if I could prescribe you songs, I would prescribe you 2 Eddie Watkins songs every day, and check back with me in a week. That's all
You want to do the top?
No, I'm done.
Well, you were doing a great job with your music, and it's on track. You understood the assignment. Thank you. Well, welcome again, and I'm so excited to be here. You know, as a minister, when you're sitting here and you're listening to the songs, and you're like, oh gosh, I should leave that out of my talk. I should put this back into my talk, and you're running through it time and time again, and Spirit comes in and says, you've done enough now. Just look at all the people here to hear the words. And so it's just so interesting, because when you hear inspirational things, they instantly change your mental attitude. They instantly change. It just instantly change. It puts you into that, I call it the sacred flow of everything's feeling all right. There's a song, the sacred flow, everything's feeling all right. All right, now I want to know if you've heard about the man who suffered a heart attack. Has anybody heard about this man? Well, a man suffered a serious heart attack and had to have open heart surgery. He awoke to find himself in the care of a Catholic nun in a Catholic hospital. He was recovering, and the nun came to ask him how he was going to pay for his services. He was asked if he had health insurance, and he said no. Weakly, he said, I have no money. And the nun asked him if he had a bank account that he might have forgotten about. And he said, no, I have no money in the bank. She said, do you have a relative that could help you? And he said, I only have a spinster sister, and she's a nun. The nun was agitated, and she said, nuns aren't spinsters. They're married to God. Which he said, well, go ask my brother-in-law for the money. He thought that was funny, but I really didn't want to talk about a heart attack after Jackson's beautiful song. Well, today we are the power together. So when I was thinking about this topic, I really wanted to think about this idea that we say, we can make a world that works for everyone. And I always say, well, you need to make a world that works for you. And we are teaching practitioner class right now, and it is a lot of fun. We're having a great time. And I was telling them that the other Sunday when I was here, somebody brought in a couple boxes, and inside the boxes were Dr. Bob, who was the first minister of this center, some of his belongings. And somehow they ended up outside, and we had Jim and Bill bring them in, and we got to go through them. And one of the things in there is this book by Frederick Bales. Now, what I find interesting about this is I've written 3 classes over the course of my tenure in the last 12, 13 years, and all of them have been by Frederick Bales. I love his books. I'm very drawn to his teaching, and I didn't know much about him. But in Dr. Bob's boxes were things on Buddhism, Frederick Bales, and Joel Goldsmith. And those are the 3 things that I came up with, and I thought, well, that's why I'm here, because the energy resonates. Well, when I opened this book, I really wanted to understand a little bit more about him. I didn't know that he was a wonderful New Thought teacher in his own right. He actually coined the phrase science of mind, and went around. He was born in New Zealand, traveled and traversed just like Ernest Holmes did, speaking to the masses, healed himself of diabetes before there was insulin through the power of mind. Him and Ernest Holmes came together at some point. Religious science and science of mind merged, and they worked together in California at the Church of Religious Science for many years, and then he went back to his science of mind. So in his own right, he is looked at just as Ernest Holmes was. And one of the things that he says at the front of this book is the greatest need of the entire world today is for a quiet mind. In every stratum of society, in every town and village, the individual hungers for serenity and peace. Throughout the ages, man has attempted to produce world peace by exterior methods of force. He has failed because true peace must always arise from a genuine spirit of good from within. So this is what I love about this, and it kind of solidifies my, we're creating a world that works for everybody, but really we have to create that world in here, because in here is where the world is created. There is one reality, and we are using the one mind to create the reality. And so Frederick Bales really talked about in this really lovely book, in 10 lessons, so the basic principles of the science of mind. Learn how you can heal your mind and fulfill your deepest desires. So what I really liked about it was it goes back to the basic principles. And in order to have a power together, in order for us to have that on a smaller level, power together, we have to go within and look and see how we're using our minds. And in this particular case, how we use our mind as a community. And then there is power together, because we are looking at our discordant thoughts as we walk in and out the door about what we want, what we don't want. And the seeds planted in our mind, become our reality. So what I found interesting was going back to revisit the idea of the power of mind and what is mind. And so this talk might be a little heady, more than my usual comical flair. But I really wanted to really talk about that. Dr. Bales shows us that the mind is an extraordinary tool for creating experiences, he says, shaping our reality and even healing our bodies. Through understanding the surface mind, which we often call our objective reality, and the deeper mind, our subjective mind, is how we would refer to it within our organization, that we recognize the power of a choice and aligning with the wisdom of healing. So we are aligning with the wisdom of healing. So when we talk about the word healing, we often, what comes to mind is health. But there can be a healing in a community. There can be a healing in a marriage. There can be a healing with our children, with our pets, our animals, nature, our world. So we are talking about how can we use our mind as a collective to go within and really think about what we want as a community and plant those seeds. What I found interesting was, when I'm getting dressed in the morning, I'm grabbing my malas, and sometimes they grab me. And for some reason, I picked this one. This was the very first mala that my husband bought for me. And as I was sitting here contemplating what I was going to talk about, I was holding this, and I remembered, oh yes, this opens. And this is like the mind of God. It is always open to you. And the seeds that you think, ooh, there's a message in there. The seeds that we plant go into this mind, and then we close it, and we forget about it, and we move on. And then they go into our deeper subconscious, and then when we are moving about life and we need to make choices, we use our surface mind to think, move, and be, and we use our deeper mind to create our realities. Now, this was a note from Kingston, my grandson. It was just a bunch of scribbles, and I'm not quite sure what it meant, but I think it meant enough to me to plant it in my storehouse, because when I opened it, it would bring me joy. So what thoughts are we planting that bring us joy? What seeds are we planting that help our mental attitude move in a positive direction each and every day? My message to my little self that I put in here when I got this mala, maybe almost 2017, quite some while ago, was love. Love, right? How do we love? How do we plant those seeds into our mind and to flourish and nourish and bring us the life that we want? Well, he says that there are many ways to do that. Point one for him was mind has two spheres to it. It has, the first one is the power to choose. So your surface mind, known as the conscious mind, is where we make our everyday choices. It's the part of us that reacts to situations, decides what to focus on, and determines what to think. So that's our conscious mind. I want to go to Starbucks. I want an iced tea. I want to do this. I don't want to do that. And then the deeper mind is the mind that's actually creating our reality. It's the storehouse of our experiences. Frederick Bale says, conscious mind is the selector of thoughts, and these beliefs are dropped into the creative soil of the subconscious mind and then become our reality. So we, in these bodies, were born with everything that we need. We are not separate from the one love. We are the one love. And because we have minds, and because we traverse and when we're born, we're named and we accumulate these identities, we also accumulate a certain orientation or navigation towards life. And depending on how difficult your life was or how wonderful is going to be your mental attitude towards life. It's going to be the thing that when you walk into a building, you might walk in and go, oh, this is a beautiful building. And I might walk in and go, oh, it needs new carpet. You might walk into a building and go, wow, there's a lot of people here. And I might walk into a building and go, oh, there's not enough. Right? And so we, in the storehouse for our finances, our jobs, our family, we have these different ideals, these different mental attitudes that we bring and project into the world based on how we were raised. So Frederick Bale says that study and practice and using your focus and your attention to become aware of your orientation and pausing when you hear that rumination, maybe something's gone wrong and there's that rumination. I know yesterday something happened and I was ruminating, and I caught myself. It was a habit, a rut and I caught myself going, wow, do you want to sit here and feel a little sorry for yourself? Or do you want to be present to Luke playing with his cars and the sun shining? And sometimes we get drawn into those old ideas and messages and those old storehouse of memories. But one thing that I recognize is if we get pulled into it and we don't stop and become aware of those orientations, we get more of the same thing in our life. We cannot change the outpicturing or the manifestation of our life. My teacher, Reverend Cheryl, always said to me, you don't need to know what you believe. We used to have this big conversation. I need to know my beliefs so I could look at them and change them. And she goes, well, they're right in front of you. It's your life. Do you like it or not? Right? And there were some parts of it that I liked and some parts that I wasn't so happy with. And so these are the parts that we have a tendency to focus on, right? Is the parts that we're not so happy with. So as a collective, when we're moving and breathing, it's not going to be any different as a collective. We have a tendency to focus on the parts that we're not so happy with. So we have to become aware of this. And we have to then let me step back. You don't have to become aware of it, but if you want change, you might want to consider becoming aware of it. But I don't think that you end up in a place like this, studying a teacher like Frederick Bales or Ernest Holmes or the many New Thought leaders, if you do not want some type of change, whether it be more positive or more money or more of a loving relationship. And so Frederick Bales says to us that life, it's like being stuck in traffic and not wanting to be there. Well, you cannot want it all you want, but if you are in traffic and there's 80 cars this way and 80 cars that way, often like our trip home every Sunday, you have no other choice but to sit there in that moment. But the one thing that he says is those cars are going to eventually move. And if you look at your ideation or your train of thought about being stuck, oh, poor me, or it's a momentary time for me to go within and look at my belief systems and to get unstuck, change my mind about it. Well, how do we do that? Well, Frederick Bales says that you tap in to the one mind, the one power, the one life, the one love. He says that you sit, quiet mind, so you quiet your mind, and you start to write. You start to write about the circumstances of being stuck in traffic or not having the love of your life or, wanting to grow a community or wanting more money or wanting to be fulfilled. But the first thing he says is you must take responsibility for where your life is right now. You can't go anywhere unless you understand through the law your life was made. In practicing, I shared with my students, to me, love and law go together because love is that the law works. The universe is impermanent, it doesn't play favorites. It doesn't give Hazel more than it gives Tracy. It gives Tracy exactly what she believes consciously and the storehouse of memories that she has bought into. And when they come up, there's a trigger. It comes up. It sends her into this, and then this is created. And it's my conscious mind's job to evaluate the situation. And if it's creating havoc or chaos in my life, and I don't like it, I need to take responsibility for it. And then I need to ask the great creative mind, the one universal power that you already are, that you just must tap into and push everything false away. And then all that remains is that one love, is that truth, is that flowing energy. But because we've been abiding from our beliefs and our identity and the way we move and think in the world, that seems foreign and separate to us. In one of my satsangs with my teacher, they were talking about Adam and Eve. They were talking about a Hindu version of Adam and Eve, and this gentleman read this poem, and he said, I wandered all over the world until I got to the door. And as I walked up to the steps, I took my shoes off. I'm paraphrasing, so if anyone knows this one, I'm shortening it for you. But he said, I walked up to the door, and I knew that you were there. And all I needed to do was open the door to be home with the one mind. And he said, I couldn't. I couldn't give up the world that was created for me to get to the doorstep. And it takes a lot to go through that door. We love the world in the objective form and all of the crazy nonsense that goes into it. Because if we didn't, we would be home, we would be free, we would be realized or liberated. But you know, so someone brought up Adam and Eve, and someone gave the analogy, and Tom said, you know, what I think is, here are two beings completely immersed in the one mind, the one creative power, the one thing, whatever you want to call it, and there was no separation, so there was no distortion that they didn't have anything on, or that they were a person even, because there was no identification other than they were who they were, right? There was no, I'm a dog, you're a cat, you're a person, I'm a person. To them, all of who they were in that flow. And then ego developed, and they stepped out of the flow, and separation began, and then they noticed that they didn't have anything on. And that's all that's going on here, is that and these beautiful, intelligent, intellectual prowess that we have that keeps us thinking and moving and wondering. And when we use it for entertainment purposes and to stay in the world and gain lots of information and store it in here, and we don't do anything with it, our lives continue at the same pace and we have the same things to complain about. But when we use this beautiful mind to recognize the separation and to do the work and commit ourselves to it, to plant our new seed and build the trust. So Frederick Bale says, with each demonstration, your trust is built. And the more your trust is built, the more foundation you have to stay on, the more you give yourself to it until all of you is given, and all that remains is the one love, the one power. And in that, everything you need is present. There is no brain deciding what should be done. I was walking by my kitchen and I stopped, saw the dishes, and I was like, oh, dishes need to be done. Now, usually I walk by the dishes and go, God, Bill put his dishes in the sink. There's Luke's cup. There's Kool-Aid on the floor. And, you know, I have all this thought, inertia about, well, I'm just going to leave those dishes. But what happens when you're in that flow, when you're in that loving presence, something's there, you just see it, you do it, you move on. Because there's no separation. There's no, it was explained to me at once, and then when I finally had the experience, I recognized we just do what we need to do. We are carrying out our duty always. It's the separation that says, I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that and I need to find my purpose. But when you join that one love, that oneness, when you spend time in quietude and you align yourself to that deeper sense and wisdom where all things are answered and given, then you are becoming it. Then you become it. And then you move from it. And then creation comes from there, and everything you need is provided. And there is not one person on this planet that is separate from it, because there is only one reality and many duplicity acting out through different folks. We're all inviting the characters into our lives in this recognition. I'll close with this. I came upon this gentleman on Instagram, and he was in prison for a very long time. And when he got out of prison, he wanted to change his life. And he knew that he could not change it by being in the same neighborhood, with the same people, with the same conversations. So he secluded himself and started reading the Bible. And then that led to Eckhart Tolle and some different books. And he had an awakening and a realization. And he said that he has never, from that moment forward, wanted for another thing, because all things were provided through his commitment to change his life. And he said it wasn't easy, but the desire to have that which he knew, the greatness that he felt was within him, when the separation fell away, he could see the lie. And so every day he starts with, hey, what's up? My heart, my friend, my day. And he smiles, and he has this brilliant Instagram, and he just makes people smile and laugh. And he said, I'm not here to be a teacher. I'm here to tell you, if I could move from prison and I could change my mind about my life, my family, my abuse, and I can live this joyful life every day, so can you. And that is the message from Frederick Bales. We must stop and take the time to understand how this works, how we can use it, how we can bring it in, do the work, reveal the heel, and live from that place. And you will never want for another thing again. And so it is. And we will just seat that in some prayer. We're going to go deep into that one mind, and I just ask you and your higher selves to collectively come into that space with me and let everything drop away and know only this truth. That this deep, innate wisdom, this wholeness that we are not separate from, only the idea separates us from it. That as we let that lie fall away, and we take a breath, and we consciously say, today, I dedicate, I commit to my spiritual journey, to knowing the deepest aspect of my true nature, the deep wisdom, the one mind, the one love, the one thing that is the same in all beings, which makes us look separate, but it isn't separate. It gives birth to everything that it's needed to itself. And when that recognition comes, it pushes us even further into that wisdom. And as each demonstration builds our faith, it builds our trust that when times come that appear to be difficult, we know that we can go inward and command, even demand from the universe, the reality in which we would like to experience, to know something greater and different. That is your truth. It is my truth. That these words that are planted deep within, we just use them to recognize the path that we want to be in. And we see the incongruencies and we push them away, and we stand on this platform of love and say, here, now, today. I call it in, I call it forth, And I know that there is nothing separate from it, that this one love is you, this one love is me, and I proclaim it, I feel it, I know it, and it is so for all beings, with all prayers and all desires. The answer lies within your hearts. Plant the seed and let it grow, and let it push out anything unlike itself to reveal the light and the love of the beloved as you, through you. I release these words and scatter them into the wind, knowing that what is planted in law must be revealed as wholeness, and so it is.
This is a song about following that path that is uniquely yours. You know, Bob, I know this is where you often will boss people around and tell them to stand up. But let's just, unless they're moved to stand up. It's a Gregory Porter song. It's so good. So sing it with me. Will they gild their houses in preparation for the King? And they line the sidewalks with every sort of shiny thing. They will be surprised when they hear him say, this is the part you probably remember. Take me to the alley. Take me to the afflicted ones. Take me to the lonely ones that somehow lost their way. Let them hear me say, I am your friend. Come into my table. Rest here in my garden. You will have a party. You take me to the alley. Take me to the afflicted ones. Take me to the lonely ones that somehow lost their way. Let them hear me say, I am your friend. Come into my table. Rest here in my garden. You will have a party. You will have a party. You will have a party. You already have a party. Well, they will be surprised when they hear him say, take me to the alley. Take me to the afflicted ones. Take me to the lonely ones that somehow lost the way.
Take me to the alley. Take me to the alley. Take me to the alley. Take me to the alley.
That's so beautiful. Thank you, guys. Look at your neighbor. Can we look at our neighbor and say, "You are my friend. You are my friend. Welcome to my table." It's so good, connection. It's so good to have connection. I have goosebumpies from that song. It's so beautiful. Oh. And it is that time of the service where we get to share the gifts of spirit, those things that are provided to us because we are. And when we decide to share them, it circulates and recirculates, and we give because we have was the greatest message that I took away in my prosperity learning. And it sunk in and hit home. We give because we have. And when we give, we always have. Makes sense, right? So we always appreciate anything that you could do to help us help you. So this is our community, and we share these gifts in spirit. Please, let's read this so that we can affirm that in our deeper mind, and when we need to, bring it to our conscious mind so that we can live a prosperous and loving, healthy, financially well life. Divine love in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, life.
So this may come as a shock to some of y'all, but I walked in here today not really knowing what I was going to play today.
Wow.
But you talked about being stuck in a traffic jam. And the music and the message are really connecting up well, and I'm really enjoying that. And so when I heard traffic jam, I was like, oh, I guess I have to do this one. And this, I've done this one before. It's one that I wrote on this very instrument right here, when the soloist canceled on me at the last minute, and I was like, oh, great. And kind of in a bad mood, I sat down, and this song came out, once again teaching that what you think is bad news really turns out to be the best thing that ever could have happened. And and I traded, and so I lost the soloist, but the universe gave me this song instead, which truthfully is really... Shakoa on lead hand clapping, ladies and gentlemen. There's something called reality, but it all depends on what you see. You might be stuck in a traffic jam, but I got time for meditation. You're focused on that one closed door, but I see 500 open or more. So I'm just waiting for you to that just reminds me of my angry neighbor. Take two. You hear the kids, they're making too much noise, but I hear them laugh and I see their joy. You separate to a world apart, but it's a chance to be young and hard. But it's not what you're looking at. It's not what you're looking at. If you take the time to change your eyes, you will find it's what you're looking with, the seeking you need to find. It's inside your mind. It creates what you see, and your vision sets you free. And in a different world, Bob would be playing sax over this part. We're gonna have to work on that. Last verse. Well, there's a person sitting in your seat. That's your new friend you're about to meet. The musician quit. Well, that must be wrong. But it's a chance for me to sing you this song. 'Cause it's not what you're looking at. It's not what you're looking at. If you take your time to change your eyes, you will find. I said that you will find. Now you will find. It's what you're looking with. 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 I never got an ending to the song, so we're just going to leave it like that.
I know. You want me to be done, Clay. You turned my microphone off. Not yet. All right. We are going to bring those beautiful gifts up. And, we are a collective. We are a whole. And I am inviting you, if you are able and want to, please stand and just send that energy, that loving energy to, oh my gosh, to Jackson, to our beautiful, I'm out of my body right now, Bob, Clay, and all the people that it takes, and just send that energy forward as we just know that these gifts, divinely given from the one mind, easily through the bodies of others, that we take these gifts and we know that we use them well, and we build this community so that we can have jam sessions and classes and go out into the community and share our message of love, light, and beauty and wholeness. That these gifts do that work, given to Spirit by Spirit. I see this with this beautiful energy, this collective whole. We all say together, and so it is. Thank you. All right. And do we have an, oh, see, I am so excited that, how can I forget the beautiful gift?
Hi.
Hi.
Own it, girl, own it.
Good morning. Last Sunday, I don't know about you, but I thought autumn was on its way, and I think it just jumped right over the top of us, and now we're into winter. Sweaters feel good today. If you are new to the center or just visiting with us this morning, we welcome you. And if you're comfortable, please stand. Tell us your name and where you're from. Hi. Wonderful. Welcome. Anyone else? Yes.
Hello, I'm Meredith, although my nickname is Nabs, and I love to be called that. And I think that is Center for Spiritual Living in California when I lived there, and it's very nice to see you all. I live in Prescott Valley now.
Wonderful. Welcome. After service, please check out the book gift store and find the section of previously owned, gently read, and dearly loved books. Find one that calls you, take it with you, it's yours to keep and enjoy, and then go to Sibley Hall for some delightful things to eat and coffee and drinks and good conversation. Hopefully we'll see you again next week. Next Sunday is Salad Sunday and our annual meeting here at CSLP. We look forward for everyone to attend. Speaking of food, the center is inviting you to Thanksgiving Day dinner. The center will provide the turkey and the ham, and we will bring the side dishes for the meal. Sign-up sheets are in the lobby so that the chefs will know how many people and what you're going to bring to enjoy. Volunteers are also needed for setup and cleanup detail. Please be generous. See Jim Holt in Hospitality for more details. Also, just a reminder, your generosity is appreciated each Sunday when you have coffee and something to eat after service. So please drop a few dollars in the love donation box on the food table. Dress-a-Girl materials are here and waiting for all of you seamstresses to become involved in sewing. And see Nancy Kelly after service for more information. And sometimes this time of the year becomes difficult for some of us grieving over a loss, whether it be a best friend, a beloved pet, a relationship, a job, a home, etc. There's a grief support group starting on Sunday, November the 10th, through Sunday, December the 22nd. This meeting is every Sunday from noon until 1. This special meeting is facilitated by practitioner Sabrina Johnson. A love offering will be greatly received. Please see her after service for questions and concerns. As always, check the webpage or the table in the lobby for the regular weekly, monthly group meetings and times. And I believe we now have children to greet from the Children's Association of Awesomeness. Thank you.
Seamus, take it away.
So today we talked about having power and control over our own lives and how we can be successful in doing that. And then we also took a walk around the labyrinth. Some of us ran. And it was very peaceful and powerful, empowering. And we played with dominoes, and that was fun too.
Nice, nice.
We learned about sharing. When Luke wanted to share my Iron Man, I let him have it.
Oh. I don't know if I'd want to share my Iron. That's very good. Thank you for that lesson. Luke, you want to say hi?
Go ahead and I can't.
Okay. All right. Nope.
Nope.
Thank you.
All right. We're good.
Yeah. All right. Oh, Miss Esty. Hi, Miss Esty. Okay, no, there's candles there, so we're going to be careful. Okay. Here we go. And then you get to, you want to sing? You want to sing?
It's my birthday.
Yeah.
It's his birthday.
Your birthday's next weekend. You're going to be 3. Yay. But we're going to sing the peace song. But we're going to do our affirmation first. Here we go. Everybody stand, and we're going to read this with everybody, okay? Go see Papa. Go see Papa.
And grab a hand if you
Here
do
we go. And
feel
grab
so inclined, of course.
Yes. All right. Here we go. Collectively, something wonderful is happening